Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your connection to the person that you are dealing with and needing to learn the most from right now. We are looking at all three sides of the connection. We've got your energy toward it, their energy toward it, and the energy in between it. The concept being that there are three sides to every story, so we're looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle, this middle section, looking at what is the deeper purpose for this connection and what is the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll take a look at in just a second. But I do have a different tarot deck we'll be diving into for each side of this connection, as well as the advice deck that I'll be using in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. On that note, these energies can be swapped, so the whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that is totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps your situation, leave what does not. All right, Libra. On your side of this connection, you have learning to forgive with the Empress. And I like it because you're showing up here in your own reading with this Empress kind of having some Libra energy attached. Now, this learning to forgive card, I feel, dives a little bit deeper than just forgiving this person or forgiving something that has happened to you. It actually kind of feels a little bit like an energy of forgiving yourself for the times that you have accepted way less than what it is that you deserve. So I don't know if that's directly correlated with this connection or not yet. This energy that this person has is interesting because they have it's all an act with the Chariot. Now, I feel the way that I kind of see this is this person's kind of showing up as this Chariot, showing up as if they are like untouchable almost. Like everything is totally fine, nothing's going on that's wrong in their life, they're good, everything's good. But then it's like they have this, it's all an act. It's almost as if, I don't know if there's a mask that they're wearing for the outside world. I don't necessarily feel like it's just for this connection, but I do feel as if there's a lot that you don't know about this person and what it is that they're really kind of dealing with or going through or what they're really doing in general, because both of these messages, this truth and then the overall theme really do correlate, because this the truth of this connection, you have allow for time and space with the Seven of Swords. So this is an energy to me, Libra, of you being protected from what you don't know, being protected from what you can't see in some way, shape, or form. Something that's hidden from you. So there's divine protection at play here, because then the overall theme of the reading is truth and time. And I don't usually take two cards for this, but I did because they both came out, and it just kind of feels as if it's like the truth will be revealed in time. I don't know how this all ties together. Like I said, these were really interesting messages. So let's dive in and see what we can gather. So we're going to start, Libra, with your side of this connection. Learning to forgive with the Empress. It feels like you've kind of been, I don't know, just really focusing on yourself here, regardless of this connection. This is Libra's side of the connection, and I like that. I like that for you, Libra. Oh, okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. It's interesting because there's the King and Queen of Swords. So this is definitely your reading here, Libra. Okay. Oh, in the way? Okay. I feel this person and the way that they kind of first presented themselves, or do present themselves in this connection, it kind of felt as if this person was a match for your energy. You know, kind of seeing that King and Queen of Swords, whether you're male or female, it just feels as if this person felt as if they were a match for your energy. But then it's interesting because with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it feels as if things kind of took a turn for the worse. I feel as if what you expected, who you expected this person to be, what you expected to happen in this connection, didn't. And I feel as if with this Page of Cups in reverse, this is kind of having a hard time listening to divine guidance, getting signs, getting messages about something, because I feel again as if there's a lot you don't know, and I feel you are basing a lot of your decisions with the absence of very important information in this connection. I don't know what that means yet, but I do definitely feel as if things took a turn for the worse, maybe in the beginning of this connection or throughout this connection, or maybe even still in this connection, Libra, whether this is a past connection or one that you're currently dealing with. There are definitely some rose-colored glasses involved, kind of seeing someone through the lens of who you want them to be instead of who they really are. Now, if someone's putting on an act, right, showing up as someone that they aren't really, or with different intentions than they have, then it's going to be difficult to recognize that. And that's why I feel, I mean, the truth always reveals itself in time. It always does. And I don't know if that's what happened in this connection or what is happening. This is Libra's side of this connection. Four of Cups here. Five of Pentacles. Four of Cups with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. The Nine of Wands in reverse and the Justice in reverse. And then the Devil. I mean, there's a lack of justice here. Like, there's this energy of kind of getting a little screwed over. And I feel as if a lot of your focus since this connection has ended has been on how you kind of, like, how do I say that? Like, on the injustice that exists. And I feel like that kind of is built up, which is natural. But I feel as if that's kind of built up this, like, not that you're necessarily having a hard time letting go, but like having a hard time leaving it in the past. I don't know exactly what that means yet. Because this Five of Pentacles in reverse is this, it feels more like a message from the universe if nothing has been lost. Now, obviously, if this relationship is in separation, something has been lost, right? On a material level. But in terms of your ability to be happy, loved, safe, healthy, that opportunity has not been lost through what is happening in this connection. Because I feel as if that's why so much of this is focusing on how you got screwed over, is there's a part of you that feels like maybe you lost something you can never get back, in a way. Like you lost something through this connection that you can never get back. And the universe is saying, regardless of what that is, whether it's money or love or whatever it might be, parts of yourself, like it literally feels as if the universe is saying what has been lost will return, just maybe not in the same form, right? I'm not saying, oh, this person's going to come back, but I do very much feel like, I'm not saying they're not, but I do very much feel like it's like what has been lost will be returned in a way. You haven't lost your opportunity again to be happy, loved, healthy, whatever that might be for you. Because I feel like maybe there's this energy of being kind of hard on yourself, like, I should have seen the signs, or I should have known, or I'm so stupid for trusting this person, or something like that. But, you know, and I said this in the Gemini reading too, you never know what you know until you know it, right? You wouldn't know what you know now if you hadn't gone through what you had. But there's something deeper here going on, because I want to know what this truth is. This is Libra's side of the connection. I want to know what this truth is. Eight of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords, Six of Cups in reverse. There's confusion here. I feel like you're confused. And I feel as if, and we'll see that when we hop on over to what's going on with this person, I feel, because again, this energy is very contradictory. You have this Chariot, and then it's like, it's all an act. And then I feel as if this person's words and actions haven't aligned. You know, what they said or how they portrayed themselves based on what, and then kind of comparing that to what actually happened, there's not an alignment there of those words and those actions. And I feel as if that's the, you know, when you're dealing with someone whose words don't match their actions, it can be really difficult, because you can be like, you know, having a hard time figuring out what was real and what wasn't. And I kind of feel as if that's what you're dealing with in this connection. Like, did they ever care about me, or was that all an act? Did they ever, you know, actually love me, or were they just pretending? And I feel like, yeah, there's this confusion associated with it. But I like your energy surrounding it, because I do feel as if regardless of what's going on, you are showing up and doing your best to choose yourself. I feel as if there's a need to give yourself a little more grace, though, for the mistakes you've made. I'm going to come back over here, but I'm changing it up this week, so I'm going to do your 3 cards, their 3 cards, 3 more for you, 3 more for them, just because I feel like it can help build out the story a little bit more. All right, this person's energy toward Libra, it's all an act with the Chariot. It's such an interesting reading so far, Libra. This person's energy toward Libra. More. I can just tell, like, the way that they present themselves is not what's really going on. This person's energy toward Libra. This person's energy toward Libra. What the heck? Okay. So Knight of Pentacles in reverse, Two of Swords, Justice in reverse. But how does that all connect? Give me just a second. I always figure it out. Ooh, because there's the same Six of Cups in reverse as what I think we saw. I don't think I mentioned it because it didn't seem to relate to the message. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is an energy of stagnancy. You know, things moving so slowly and eventually coming to a halt. And the Chariot energy is this energy of forward movement, power, success, you know, kind of feeling on top. And it feels as if they're showing up as this Chariot. I don't know what this means yet in regard to this connection, but they're showing up as this Chariot, but they're actually this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Like, they're acting as if things are better than they are for them, or something. Now, what's interesting is there's this Two of Swords, which is like, you know, being at a crossroads, needing to make a decision. And it feels as if, I don't know if this person is avoiding making decisions, because then the Justice in reverse kind of, to me, is lack of accountability for the injustice that they have provided in this connection. And it's almost as if, in order to not have to face, it's like delusion. And that sounds aggressive, but that's what comes to mind. It's almost as if they have this delusional concept of reality. They see themselves as this chariot, successful, powerful, on top, but they're actually this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. They're in this stagnant energy. They're not growing. They're not evolving. They're staying in the same place, avoiding making any decisions. And it kind of feels as if, especially in this connection, I feel as if it's like they appeared to you in this connection. It's like almost as if they were in a much better place than they are, or if they're doing a lot better than they are, or as if they're, I don't know exactly where that's coming from. But I'm gonna get more, because I feel like we'll continue to fill this out. Because then I feel over time in this connection, you realize they weren't so much the Chariot. They're actually more this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Not that this Knight of Pentacles in reverse is any less lovable or deserving of empathy, but it's almost as if they're not admitting to themselves their, like, what's really going on, like who they really are, their inability to love and be loved, and instead they're kind of masking it with this false sense of identity. This is deep. And again, it's like it's a little bit like delusion is what comes to mind. Oh, what? I mean, so there's the same Justice in reverse. I mean, because there's a complete lack of emotional availability here on this person's end. So this could be like someone lying about being in a relationship, or someone lying about being married. If this is the case, you already know about this. But something like that, it's like presenting themselves as one way, but actually being a completely other way. Like unhappy with their life and where they're at, but not willing to admit that change needs to happen. Because yeah, with the Page of Cups in reverse, it's a complete lack of emotional availability. And maybe in the beginning, they appeared more emotionally available than they really were. But then as time kind of went on, the truth came out. Which is where I feel, but there's, I don't know, there's something else here. Because you are being very divinely protected from this person in some way. It's almost as if, because you're showing up as this Empress, right? So it's almost as if there's this level of this person maybe being a little bit threatened by the energy that you have, by the place that you're at in your life, by maybe how compassionate you are, how good you are at taking care of other people on top of taking care of yourself, like success that you have, if that plays into it. It's almost as if there's this energy of like them being threatened by your energy, which might be why they felt this need to appear as somebody that they're not. Because, but then like, yeah, that's why I feel like you're confused. All right, let's get more. This person's energy toward Libra. Yes, see, they're actually all over the place. Queen of Cups in reverse, Four of Swords in reverse. This is all in reverse. Two of Pentacles in reverse, Hermit in reverse, Three of Swords. Like, they're actually, yeah. And then there's the Chariot. Like, the Queen of Cups in reverse is emotionally just being all over the place. Like, having no idea how to process or handle their emotions, maybe falling into addictive patterns or falling into bad habits. But all of this, it's like they do a really good job at hiding. Because with the Queen of Cups in reverse, this person actually isn't in like a good place. And maybe you knew that to a certain extent, but I don't think you knew the full extent of it. You don't, and maybe you still don't. But yeah, there's this energy of like almost like, and I don't want this to come off as mean, but this person, like I said, they're threatened by this Empress version of you. Maybe you outgrew them in a way. Like if you had been together with them for a while, you outgrew, or you were growing, and then eventually you kind of outgrew the connection, and now they're like, oh yeah, like I grew too. You know, I'm doing great. Everything's great. But in reality, they haven't. Because, right, with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost as if they're in the same place as you're evolving. I don't know. But I don't know, and what I was going to say that I didn't want it to come off, I don't want that to come off as mean. Like, I'm not saying this person isn't trying. I just don't know if they're trying in the right ways. They're pretty deep in survival mode for sure. And that's where you have to be careful, right? Where other people's burdens, emotionally and otherwise, and what they're dealing with and what they're going through, we can be there for them, right? But we can't take on those burdens at the expense of our own mental and emotional well-being. So I'm going to hop on over to you because I still feel like there's more to uncover. Libra's side of this connection. Okay, so there's Justice in reverse. And there's the Seven of Swords. See, there's this injustice that you feel. Because you feel as if this person, I don't know, like, screwed you over, or did you wrong, or, and I'm not saying they didn't, but you feel this injustice, right? We already kind of talked about this. But then with this Seven of Swords, it's almost as if the universe is saying there's more to the story. There's more to the story than you know right now. It's almost as if it's like things will make sense later on. Because that's the same Seven of Swords, right? Something being hidden, or something that is hidden, that you can't see, but that you're being protected from. That is the result of this injustice. Like, you know, Gabrielle Bernstein, is one of my favorite spiritual teachers. And she has this one message that she often delivers where she talks about divine intervention and divine protection, and how when she meets someone that talks about how they've lost a relationship or a job or plans fell through, she's like, I'll respond with congratulations. And she says, I don't say that to be insensitive or to sound like I don't care. I say that to say you are being divinely protected from something that isn't meant for you, so that you can open up your energy to what is. And I feel as if that's a lot of what is going on in this connection. Like, I do feel as if you got the short end of the stick in the connection, right? I do feel as if you kind of got screwed over here. I do. But I feel as if it was the universe's way of protecting you from something, from getting hurt more than you did. Or from this leading you down the wrong path, or this taking you away from the abundance and love that's available for you in some way. Especially because I feel as if a lot of what you were seeing in this person through the rose-colored glasses that you had was this Chariot act that they were putting on. This, I'm in a much better place than I really am. And it's almost like this behind the scenes energy that I don't feel you're fully aware of. This is kind of the culprit for the way that they acted. And I actually have a lot of empathy for this person, kind of for what they're going through and how I'm feeling this energy. But at the same time, empathy and unconditional love does not mean you have to accept their behavior or their treatment, right? It doesn't make it okay. Being hurt and hurting others doesn't mean it's okay, but having empathy and understanding that it has nothing to do with you and your value and what you're capable of experiencing in this lifetime can certainly help with the healing process, right? Not taking it so personally, even though personal relationships are personal, but a lot of the times, I would even argue all of the time, other people's actions, inactions, the way that they treat us, the way they speak to us, it is all a direct reflection of what's going on with them and has nothing to do with us. You know, when someone treats you poorly, is cruel to you, talks down to you, I've learned over time for my first reaction to be, man, I'm really sorry you feel that way about yourself, because I have learned that the way that people treat us has everything to do with the way that they treat themselves. So I don't know, just a little 2 cents here. Okay, more for Libra's side of this connection. Heavily undervalued here. Yeah, and there's a lovers in reverse. And then the Magician in reverse. Okay. I feel like there was a part of you that knew you were in a better place than this person, and you wanted to help them. And I feel as if you did what you could to do that, and in the end, or over time, have just kind of gotten screwed over a little bit. Like your value and what you've provided to this person hasn't been recognized. One of the things that has taken me the longest to learn that I really want to bring forth in my readings, especially these relationship readings, is we are not here to heal or fix anybody. And we cannot help anybody heal who is not willing to take a look at their own stuff. And like I kind of talked about with this person, it doesn't feel as if they're really willing to. Even it feels like, you know, they're never going to admit to you what's really going on, because it doesn't even feel like they're willing to admit it to themselves about kind of where they are and what they're going through. And so this might sound kind of, I don't want this to come across as negative, but there's nothing you can do to help somebody who is not willing to help themselves. There just isn't. And it sucks and it's hard to watch someone that you love and care about struggle and not be able to do anything about it. But if there's anything that I've learned, it's the more that you try to take on the burden of somebody else's problems, the more that you're going to find yourself feeling undervalued, unloved, and ultimately just drained energetically and emotionally, because you're going to be trying to fight the demons of someone who isn't willing to fight them themselves. Which is difficult. It is. It really is. But it's also very, it's very important to recognize that, again, we're not here to fix or heal anyone. And like this message said, with the Five of Pentacles in reverse and kind of this message from the universe regarding this connection, you haven't lost your ability to be loved or valued or happy or healthy at all, even if you feel you have lost this connection. The Moon with the World in reverse. I feel like there's a cycle that's repeated in this connection. And maybe not just in this connection, but in other connections in your life that have kind of had similar dynamics. Maybe dealing with someone who's struggling, emotionally unavailable, not knowing how to kind of open up, and trying to open them up, trying to help them, trying to heal them, getting screwed over in the end. And I feel as if that's kind of, this cycle has brought on a lot of fear for you in regard to feeling as if you're never going to have the love that you truly deserve, especially if you've experienced this over and over again with the same person or with different people. You're going to start to go, I mean, is it ever going to be different, right? And the answer is yeah, it absolutely can be, but there is a cycle here that's needing to be broken. And I feel as if the more that you kind of continue to focus on yourself, focus on your healing, focusing on giving yourself grace, trying to see things from a bigger perspective, the truth will come out, and you'll start to kind of see what is needing to be seen, basically. All right. Let's see. More for this person's side of the connection to Libra. This person's side of the connection to Libra, please. I don't like the way those came out. I'm not gonna lie. I want to re-shuffle it. It feels like they fell out, not that they meant to come out. There's a difference, I promise. Like that. That came out, right? The others fell out. It's funny because it's actually the same cards. Oh, all right. It's like Spirit was like, no, I meant that. 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse, Hierophant in reverse. Okay. I mean, yeah, look at the 10 of Swords. This person is freaking struggling. They're going through it. They have, and this might not be something that they're like currently experiencing, but this is definitely like just overall kind of their energy, just hurt, down and out, struggling to make it through the day. Like I said, it brings a lot of empathy, for this person to say, I'm sorry you're struggling, right? And I see that why you hurt me, it's because you're struggling. But it's also important to remember that, again, we can't help people who aren't willing to help themselves, because I feel like this person is pretty lost right now. I'm not going to lie. And that might be kind of hard to hear. But I feel, and I'm not saying like they're doomed and they're never going to find their way back, but I do feel like they're pretty lost right now. And they need a perspective shift. And this connection is literally something that I don't think they can handle with where they're at right now. And again, especially if you're showing up as this Empress, having just being in a better place than them, it's going to be hard for them to have a connection with you, because that's going to make them feel worse about where they're at. You shouldn't feel guilty for that, right? You shouldn't feel guilty for healing and growing and evolving. And it's really, really difficult. Like, one of the hardest things for me about this journey is the more that you grow, the more that you evolve, the more that people who aren't growing and aren't evolving seem to kind of fall off. And it's really challenging, because it sucks to lose anybody, especially those that you truly love and care about. But again, we are not here to force anybody to grow. We're here to grow and to invite people to come along with us. And if they're not willing to do that, we cannot make them. And I feel like that's kind of what is going on with this person, because I don't feel as if they are who they appear to be. I think that they're, and hurt people. They just do. And if this person isn't doing the healing, isn't doing the growing, that their hurt will spill over, and maybe already has spilled over onto you. So that's why there's definitely divine protection here. It's almost as if the universe is saying, this can't be your burden to bear, because this person has a lot of past baggage. Like 6 of Cups, 10 of Wands, they have a lot that they're carrying from their past. Now, we're all adults here. At least you should be if you're watching my videos. And we all have baggage, right? But the thing is, a healthy connection consists of 2 people, and I'm not just talking romantic. These connections are not about just romantic, or these readings are not just about romantic connections. They're romantic, platonic, familial. A healthy connection is formed when 2 people are dealing with their stuff, their baggage, their trauma, their past burdens. They're handling it, and then so that it doesn't become the other person's problem. And that was something that for the longest time, I can actually kind of relate to what this person is going through. And the reason that I like doing these readings is because I've been this person and I've been this person. And so it's easier for me to kind of understand both sides. And, I was in a place for a long time in my life where I had a lot of pain from my past that I didn't deal with. And I made it everybody around me's problems, especially my romantic relationships. And I hurt a lot of people through that process, and it took me a lot of years to recover from that. and to give myself some grace for the ways that I had messed up. And I feel like that's kind of, you know, there's no guarantee that this person's going to kind of wake up and decide to do the work, decide to heal, decide to grow. But I can tell you with absolute certainty that you are better off at this current time in your life at loving this person from a distance. Because I do feel as if they're in some way, I'm not saying this is like consciously they have this plan to try to do this. I do feel as if they want to bring you down with them. I don't feel as if they necessarily want to grow where you're at. I feel as if they want to bring you down to where they're at. And that is not, you've come too far, Libra, and you've grown too much, and you've done too much healing, and you are in too much of a better place to allow that to happen, which is why I do feel as if there is some divine protection at play here. This person's energy toward Libra. Yeah, they're in a tough place right now. It's like they're triggered by your happiness. That's so interesting. Triggered by your happiness. And it's because they're not. They're triggered by your happiness. Man, yeah. And I feel like that, you know, it's hard when you're dealing, because that's a victim mentality, right? People who, and this is something I've had to recognize in myself regarding like other people's success and other people, where other people are at in their life. If I ever find myself feeling like triggered by someone else gaining something that I desire, I have to take a look within and be like, okay, what is it about me that doesn't feel like I'm deserving or good enough for what this is? What trauma do I need to heal? What, you know, part of me is trying to speak to me through that? And I feel like, because we're all going to have times where we, you know, we feel triggered and we feel overwhelmed emotionally, and our past comes up to kind of haunt us. But it's one thing to deal with it, and it's another thing to make it somebody else's problem. And I feel as if with where this person is at in their life right now, they're not at a place, and maybe don't even have the tools emotionally to kind of deal with their own stuff. And so what they're going to try to do is put that on you and make it kind of your problem and your burden to bear, which is going to drag you down. And again, you've done too much work. You've worked on yourself and worked on your growth and chosen yourself for too long and in too many ways to allow this person to pull you back down with them. So something to keep in mind. And that goes for anybody, not just this person. That goes for anybody. Anyone who, you know, not everyone can come with you, right, on your growth journey. So, all right, in between this connection, you have allow for time and space with the Seven of Swords. I still feel like we didn't get a whole lot of insight into like this deeper truth, but I do feel like the biggest thing with like this truth coming out with time is, you know, I feel as if you maybe feel as if this person is in a better place than they are, and I feel like that truth will come out with time. One of my favorite Taylor Swift quotes, and I'm not saying this person is your enemy, but one of my favorite Taylor Swift quotes, that quote, I'm a Swiftie, in case you didn't know, is our enemies will defeat themselves before you get the chance to swing. Your enemies will defeat themselves before you get the chance to swing. Truth will always come out. Karma will always do its thing. You have to just be willing to stay true to yourself, stay true to what's best for you, and everything else is going to work itself out. I promise. All right. Allow for time and space, Seven of Swords. I'm going to pull 9 different messages in the extended and then close out the reading with an advice card. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I do hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Libra, I wish you absolutely nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Libra.